I mean, we're ready to go.
We're live?
Hi.
Hi,
Welcome, everybody. It's Val and Roy. And
we switched spots.
Yeah, we switched spots.
In case no one noticed, I just thought we'd tell you because now we're feeling a little uncomfortable. But
I know it's going to throw us off.
We decided we should shake it up, right?
Yeah. I said to her, I know she's always on my left, so that's going to be, hopefully we'll
be okay.
We'll make it work out. We won't run into each other.
We'll be okay.
So today we're going to do some stuff in the kilns. I think we probably have done this once before, but
I think we have
2 years ago.
Oh yeah, it's been a while ago. Yeah, and we just wanted to do, and we're going to kind of do attempting a slightly different approach to it. You can see some of our successes or failures, however you want to treat those.
However you want to look at it.
So if you're not familiar with the technique involves putting the glass in a kiln and getting the glass hot enough.
And it's called, we didn't even say what it's called.
Oh, did we call it? Oh, yeah, because we don't know what to call it.
Well, combing or
raking, right? So
we think they mean the same thing.
Yeah,
to us anyway.
Yeah, we use those terms interchangeably. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I call it raking, sometimes I call it combing. I don't know which one makes more sense to me.
We call it a rake on the website.
Yeah, the tool is called a rake, right? So so that would make sense. But basically, so you take a rake, right, and you pull through the glass while the glass is molten. We are trying to get the glass up around 1700 degrees is the temperature. And then we're going to go in. I mean, one of the nice things about working in these small, these even heat 8-inch kilns.
Kilns, it's a kiln.
What are they called? Studio
on a ball?
I can't remember what. Sorry, I know it's
Studio 8.
Man, they call them STP or something. Anyway, sorry, even heat people.
We'll link it.
We're having a blank.
But we're having a blank on the name. But I can see it right here, but the name's not on the front. But anyways, these nice little 8-inch kilns from Even Heat. What's nice about working in them is even though we're going to 1700 degrees, you're going to see that it's not like that super hot for us, right? I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Well, because it's such a small area. So it's a little different than working in a big kiln that you'd have to open, and then some other things safety-wise come into play. But so basically what we were talking about is often when we do this, it's a sort of a random thing where we just do like these two, where we've just done linear strips of different color, and then we just drag through it. There was never, at least in these two, we didn't really have a pattern in mind or anything. So we've been playing around, and we don't do this very often, but we were kind of playing around with maybe not worrying so much about the linear look, but trying to put a specific piece that we would rake through. So we've had some, like Roy's going to do a butterfly. In mine, I have this pattern that I'm going to rake. And so it's just kind of to drag things together to see, what you can create. And we weren't playing so much with having strips in the back. So I don't know. We decided it'd be kind of fun, right? So
yeah, one of the reasons why I like it, I think it's a little more expressive, a little more organic looking, right? That's, a lot of times when we're working with sheet glass in particular, you always have these really specific edges and everything's real straight all the time or like I said, a definite shape. But here you can kind of have some fun with it. I mean, I attempted a fish. If you want to look at this one, I didn't take a picture of it beforehand.
You didn't. But
I didn't take a picture beforehand.
But you can see over here, too, then after you look at that, you can see mine was an attempt to drag through these circles and get a heart. And I kind of did a little, but then after I did it, we learned I should have made those circles a different shape. I should have made it more of a upside down ice cream cone type shape. And I think if I'd have drug through that, I think, so it's just playing around and kind of live and learn and, just trying to be a little bit random. But the one I'm going to do is that one Kaylee's showing you now. We did take a picture of it. So that's just a bunch of different areas of color that I'm going to try to drag towards the center, I think.
That's what you said, yeah.
Is that what I said?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you'll see shortly here that it's going to be really hard to see what's going on inside the kiln because everything's going to be glowing orange. And so sometimes that's one reason why we took pictures beforehand so you guys could sort of see. You should be able to see sort of the design a bit, but you're not going to be able to see color or anything like that. It's just going to be just crazy. So we've programmed these kilns to go as fast as they can possibly go. So if anybody wants like our actual firing schedule, we just literally program them to go as fast as they would go and to go as high as they would go. And in this situation, we were able to program them pretty hot. So, but the glass, so one of the things is we are going so fast that the glass lags behind the air temperature. And so the air temperature is what we see on the parameter, you know, the device telling us the temperature. So that is not the temperature of the glass, right?
What's it say, Kaylee?
It's flashing. Oh.
Is it holding at 2,000?
1994.
Oh yeah, it's holding. So
okay.
It's
so,
it's,
well, you know what we should do is I should go ahead and rake this one, and then we'll talk about it because yours is kind of behind. So
yeah, I'm behind.
Then we'll have time to talk a little bit.
So let's jump right into raking.
Okay,
right?
so
what you can't see is down here we have a platform that Val's going to step up on because it's.
I'm not that short. He'll have to step on it too, but it's just so we can look down.
It's much better if you
can,
get down in it, right? So in these little kilns, you're going to notice that they are. The lid opens or the body opens, but we're just going to use the lid part. We do have here a bucket of water for a couple reasons. Main reason why is because the tool is going to get really hot, and when the tool gets hot, it's made of stainless steel. The glass will start sticking, and so you'll see that Val will have to.
Oh, I'm going to move it over here.
Yeah, you might as well just move it over.
Because my lid will be in my way.
So my job is I'm going to shut the kiln off, right? So we want to stop electricity to the kiln. That seems like to make a lot of sense.
That's definitely, you know, we don't want like fork in a toaster. So we want the power off.
Yeah, we want power off. And then I'm going to open it for Val. You'll notice she's got safety glasses on. We're wearing some, these are welder's gloves that work really quite well for this type of thing. So are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
So it's off. I'm opening.
Wait a minute. Because I could
back
up just a little
you got to
bit.
get it.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Now you're ready.
I'm ready. Go.
Okay. Good
Set.
luck.
Woo, yep. See it?
That's nice. Oh, that is nice and toasty.
Oh, that worked good.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Just come right up.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about that?
That was pretty good.
That was pretty easy.
Wow, that was.
It was good and hot. So once it gets good and hot, you can actually. Sometimes if you try to do it too stiff, you only get one little pull. Then you've lost all that heat. Then you got to put the lid back down, wait for it to reheat. So it's better to be patient and let it really get
nice
hot.
and ripping hot. Yeah, it should just be glowing, you know, and the top surface should just be as smooth can be.
So I can open it again, and it should be, you know, starting to see it was so hot how it just smoothed back down. So that's pretty good. That was my point. Look at those, look like hearts, and that wasn't even my thing.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Good. Look at
perfect.
That. Fantastic.
Okay.
Right.
So that's that. Yeah.
So one of the keys is, and Val did an excellent job on it, was.
Thank you very much.
Is you don't want to dig into the glass, right? So you want to just skim across the surface with the tool.
Yeah, it's a
which
surface
is
thing.
easy to say and not always so easy to do because the glass, especially that, was pretty soft. I could tell by looking at it.
That was nice.
So it's real easy to just go too deep with the tool. I don't know if you see the setup we have in there.
Can you undo this one?
Yeah, let me show you the setup here because this is how we set them up in the small kiln, mainly because we're trying to control the outside edge, the outside shape of the piece, but also we don't want the glass to start moving somewhere. We don't have a lot of room in that kiln, and we don't want to stick glass to the brick or something like that. So we're using 1/8" fiber paper. So that's what's going around it here. You can see I
using metal pins.
Using metal pins, straight pins, right? An 1/8" fiber paper that's acting as a dam to go around this, which actually works really quite well. We also use the 1/8" fiber paper on the bottom, and that allows us to pin right down into the paper, right? So that's why it's kind of helping hold the pins in place.
Are we able to see from the side, maybe?
This side you can.
Dragging in. How deep
are
you thinking we're going?
Oh, into the glass?
No,
not. Gosh. I mean, we're not.
Just for them to have a visual.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. Like on this one, I know it's hard to see there, but you can see the orange color is about right there, right? So that's about as deep as I went. So one reason why we don't want to go too deep is you run the risk of pulling up some of the fiber into your piece, which, you know, it's not a good thing.
It also keeps them nice and square. So if you want to use them later, they're already...
Yeah, you don't have to do a lot to them.
This one, we just kind of yanked around just to... I was testing some colors, and so I didn't take the time to dam it up. And so this is what you get. I mean, if you like that, that's kind of an organic look, and you can do it that way. But for the ones we're doing today...
You see on this really large one here, too, right? We didn't dam this one either, and you can see just the outside irregular edge. Now, a lot of times what we end up doing is something where we will cut it up, like so you can see the one next to it. We actually did something similar where the outside edge was really quite irregular, and then we used a tile saw and squared it up and made it real nice and just put a border around it. That one we didn't slump, obviously, but often we do, right?
Yep.
Done several pieces that way. Yeah,
Okay.
mine's a little slower.
But you're 1900.
So I'm at 1900. Yep, that's pretty good. So we're tricky part was trying to get the timing right on these, especially for something that's live. And
I know.
So,
and I think this is, I mean, because this will be ready in a few seconds if you really want to do it. Then.
Yes, yeah, and you can see that also. Oh, did I steal my glasses? I'm so sorry, but
Are those?
Yeah, I think so. They have my initials on the side.
Oh, well then, they must be.
don't-
Oh, there's something on here.
Oh, there's a. Oh, it's that piece of glass that was stuck in the bucket.
Did I use your glasses by mistake?
No, you didn't. I don't think so.
Well,
'Cause mine were right here.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
okay.
anyways, so you notice we have some
glasses to borrow.
things. I know it's great.
I was going to say, should we talk about that a little longer?
That's right. Whose glasses
Well,
are
you guys
they?
are talking about glasses. They're all saying that the audio is much better. So
Oh, is it? Excellent. Good, good. We went
had-
with some different mics, so.
we had 2 sets of the same mics, and we think the other set was just bad. So we pitched them.
Okay.
Yep, we did. So, yeah, thanks for letting us know. And again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can always, comment below or send us an email. It's Facebook at delphiglass.com or message us on Instagram and some other
I
place.
don't have
And
it.
Facebook.
And Facebook.
This is what happens when I take down the
I know.
cheat sheet.
I was looking for it. I didn't see it.
We're all looking for it. We're like, we're supposed to say something. I'm pretty
Did
sure.
we?
But
Did we say that fiber paper is 1/8 inch?
yeah,
Okay, I
think
just
I did
wanted
say
to
it
make
was
sure,
1/8
'cause
inch
I
fiber
thought
paper.
that's-
Yeah.
Makes it easy to handle, so that's a good.
It does, yes. So, I wanted to point out something actually about this fish that I was trying to make this look more like a goldfish or something, and I had used some transparent orange with opaque orange. But one of the things that happens sometimes with the warm colors is they can opacify, is the term, where they turn opaque, right? So because of the high temperature, again, we're easily over 1700 probably. The glass is getting there anyways, they're pretty close to it. I know the parameters are reading hotter than that, but we're not that super hot. So
we also didn't tell them that. Should we tell them that secret we have in the other room?
the secret in the other room. Yeah, you should tell them.
I should. Well, we tried to,
I
like
don't know
you
what the
just
secret is.
alluded to. We were trying to kind of time these kilns, and I think we might have messed up on the bigger kiln because we
gosh,
have a
yeah.
third one in the other room that's in a 17-inch kiln that we were just going to do a little bit bigger one, and I'm not sure it's going to make it. So if it doesn't get hot enough, then Kaylee said she would film us. She'll film it,
Yeah.
and then she'll post it.
Yeah, we
But-
were hoping to do something live, but like as Val said, the one next door is bigger, and so the timing is just always tough.
Yeah.
We're at a really nice advantage in our studio here is that each of these kilns is on a separate circuit. In fact, they're on a separate circuit that's not even with the lights in the room. So it's a dedicated circuit just for this kiln and a dedicated circuit for that one. And because of that, when we ask it to go as fast as it can, and also because of the 8-inch size, it can go pretty fast. So if you're curious, it took these kilns about an hour, wasn't it?
Just about an hour.
From room temperature to 1700 or whatever to rake it. So that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
And of course we're using a little bit bigger kiln next door, and it's not going anywhere near that fast. We're at over 3 hours.
Yeah,
and it's still
but
not
it was,
up
I don't
temperature,
know, I
but it was
think,
close.
like you said, I think because the glass is heating a little more evenly with the kiln, because it's going slower, I think at 17, and it was,
might be-
it
was
was
it?
almost 16 a little bit ago, so
Was it?
maybe,
Good.
I don't know, maybe, we'll try. And if
We're going to
not,
try it, yeah. And
we'll-
after I rake this one, we'll go over there and try that one. And if it works, great. If not, we'll just close it and turn it back on and heat it back up. And like we said, we'll just film it a little bit later. So
Let's talk about really quick though, since we're talking about heating it up, let's talk about cooling it down. We haven't mentioned the annealing process.
sure. We haven't talked about the annealing process, so we
Well,
would
what
normally.
do you think about that?
Yeah. So
You can, I mean, it depends. It seems like we talk most of the time when we do this type of thing. It's probably going to mean we're going to incorporate it in some other piece that we fuse. So sometimes we might not anneal it now. We might just go ahead and use it in a piece, and then when we refuse the piece with this in it, of course we will anneal it, and so it'll get annealed that way. But if you thought you're just going to leave it and you don't want to really use it right away, go ahead and you can plug in an annealing cycle
Sure.
in your kiln.
Yep.
I mean,
So are we just turning them off and just letting them cool back down by themselves right now?
That's what we're doing right now.
We're doing right now, yes. And then,
thank you for pointing that out.
And Val explained that very well, that normally, I mean, yeah, like Val said, I mean, the safe thing to do is anneal everything, right? But we always know that we're going to incorporate it into something else, and so we know that's when it'll be annealed. We'll get it at that point.
And also, so this kiln, what is it at, Kaylee? Can you see?
It is at 1585.
Okay, so this kiln I'm not going to open it again. And so it's going to be going through that 950, 900 degree range fairly slowly. So I'm not sure it would be totally enough time, but I feel like it's enough to sort of take care of it. Yeah. So because we're only 2 layers of glass here. We're not huge and fat and thick, and so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can tell you that I've done a bunch of these little 6-inch ones, and in classes. And then we do exactly what we're doing here. We get them as fast as we can. We rake them. We just shut them off, let them cool on their own. The next day, we clean up the edges a little bit, because sometimes the edges needs a little cold work to it. You'll see it's a little rough from the fiber paper sometimes. And then I slump them. A lot of the students just want them slumped into a little dish. Mm-hmm. And then, so that's when I anneal them, is when I'm doing the slumping. And then the risk is, right, I mean, if it was a bigger piece, I probably would anneal it beforehand, because you don't want to slump some big piece that hasn't been annealed. I mean, that you'll run into problems there. I have one just next door. If you guys want to just concentrate on Val, I'll be right back. And then...
Okay, let's see.
What's his reading right now?
His reading is 1986.
Hey, 1986.
Which is, like you say, it probably means his glass is probably maybe a couple hundred degrees less than that, but...
So this is from a student's work, and this is what we were doing inside the kiln, right? So this was a nice quick raking. Then we cold work the edge a little bit, right? So you can see that it's a little smoother and straighter. The fiber paper makes it a little rough. I did a fire polish.
I was going to say, you had to have done a fire polish.
I did a fire polish, and then it goes in a mold, and then we slumped it. So again, and then I did a fire polish. So I annealed it when I fire polished it, and then I annealed it again when I slumped it. So, but that's that's kind of a nice quick little gift.
Yeah,
they're nice.
They're very cute. Like I said, it's fun to do. So
they are. Yeah, I think they're real fun to do. It's a great way of using up scraps too, because it doesn't have to be anything super specific.
Defined,
yeah, I mean, a lot of times, especially if they're a little more organic, like these kind of looking things, you can use scrap pieces. They don't have to be even strips. I mean, I think that's sort of the point that we're trying to show today, is that you don't need to make all these parallel line strips that are perfect. I mean, it's all going to melt, right? And you're going to rake through it, so it probably won't matter that much. But I probably could get in mine, right? Is that what you're thinking?
You want to go?
Yeah, why not?
Here, let me give you. Where do you want your water?
I don't know. We don't want it. I said I was going to come around on the end, I thought.
But are you, or what are you doing?
Yeah, let me come down here. Because I kind of set... so the other thing that's kind of important sometimes is you have to think about how you're going to rake it, right? Like, how you're going to pull or drag or whatever. So you want to set it up in the kiln so that you're not doing anything really weird with your arm, right? Just so it's something that makes it...
you don't want to have to go over the opening of the kiln.
Yeah, so I think I set mine up so that I can try to
rake it from there?
Yeah.
So can you reach
Remind
this?
everybody what it's going to
get
started with.
Yeah, we're going to... I don't know what I'm going to do, so this will be good.
Maybe this butterfly, this will be the one that looks like a fish. Because that was what mine was, but this one looked like a heart, and that's not what I really meant to do. Okay, well, I'm having... Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty.
Okay.
Oh my, this is really nice and toasty.
It is toasty.
Sorry, I scared you.
Not really.
I don't know what I'm doing here other than... Oh, I see what the...
Oh, good job. What?
What the... Yeah, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah. Oh, so I did something in the body. I don't know if you can see it. It just spread like crazy for some reason.
Kind of chubby little body.
It's got a real chubby body.
Okay.
I don't know if that butterfly will be able to get off there.
Get off the ground.
Get off the ground, but whatever. So. And then after these have cooled down, which will be like tomorrow, it probably won't be till Friday. But I think we'll get pictures of them, and then Kaylee will post them so you guys can see, what did they turn out or they didn't turn out.
We'll put them next to their originals, and then you can see the before and afters.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So what we Val and I were talking about this a little bit was again we wish we had every day we could just come in here and play around with kiln in the kilns, but we do have other duties here at Delphi, And so when we're doing these kind of fun things, it gives us an opportunity to try some different things. And sometimes, you know, I'm sure you guys experience the same thing. You have something in your head like, oh, this is going to look great. I'm going to do this fish. And then you're like, look at it afterwards. You're like, that probably didn't turn out as good as I thought.
It wasn't my vision.
Yeah, but it gives you ideas,
cute, yeah.
right? About you even said, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, but now if I was to do it this time, this is what I would do, right? I would change this and do whatever. So they're learning experiences, right? I tell people all the time when I'm fusing, everything I do in the kiln is a learning experience. Some of them are really big lessons, and
some of them
are
so
not
big.
so big lessons.
What did I just say earlier that I learned from something?
I don't know about what you had done there. There was something I can't remember, but you said.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're like,
ice cream shape.
Well, maybe that is one of the things, because after you do it and you see what it actually looked like, then you realize what you could have done a little differently that would have maybe facilitated what I was really after, which was the heart.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's probably
it's you know.
But I mean, we learn stuff almost every time, and unfortunately sometimes or fortunately, probably it's. They're examples of what not to do.
Oh gosh, yeah, you learn as much from that. I think
we have way more of those than we have of anything else. But
that's right.
But anyway, it is. So do you want to go look at the other?
Yeah.
Should we go?
We're going to go.
Should we all walk on over there?
Let's walk about. Let's go.
Let's go over there, Roy.
Which
and
one
if it's not ready,
if
it's not ready, let's just go over the safety stuff a little bit.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Oops. Oh.
You guys know what they started.
What does that mean?
This kiln is this guy. So let's see.
Yeah, so we're doing a flower. We're going to rake this flour,
Oh,
and
yeah, we're
I'm not
not
sure
very
who's
hot.
really. Oh gosh, we're not very hot.
Yeah. Wait, won't we?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We might still try it just for the
We
fun
can
of it.
try it,
I think
but-
we'll try it just so you guys can see, right? We'll show you what's good and what's bad, right? Well, as we mentioned earlier, the hotter it is, the easier it is to comb and rake, obviously. But
Yeah, but with a bigger kiln too, you want to pay a little more attention to protective clothing and gloves and things, because now we were awful hot over there, but we were in a very small chamber, so not a lot of it was just engulfing us when we opened. But when you start opening a bigger lid to a bigger size kiln, you're going to have more of a big wave of hot air coming at you.
That's
so,
for sure.
so we have these aprons that are sort of reflective.
Yep.
Whoever is going to comb is probably going to wear the jacket.
yeah, the welder's
you're
jacket,
gonna wear.
right?
Okay.
So,
and then we have these. I don't, well, whatever. I mean, you
I
should
can
wear
tell you that.
this.
So again, Val and I have done this several times, right? So this kiln is a 17-inch kiln. Also happens to be from Even Heat, right? Mm-hmm. I find this one sometimes not as. I mean, I don't know if you always
not as
need
bad
all
as-
the gear, but I'll tell you, if you can see these other ones that are like that one behind Val or something that's open. I mean, if you're ever raking in these, you do need everything we're showing you. I mean, every little bit.
And I do think we use this.
We've used it before.
We used that one for the big orange.
Yeah, for that big orange one. We did use one
and
just
it was,
like that.
It's substantial.
So this is the face shield that I tracked this one down. So it's a welding face shield, but it's more than just a welding face shield. This particular one is rated to about 1,800 degrees. It's not something that we sell at Delphi. If you really want to know the manufacturer, I could probably give it to you.
Is that on the box?
Yeah, it's right on the front. Oberon. It says Oberon. Sorry.
There we go.
And it's got a couple of nice advantages to it. One is, again, that it really does block out all the heat. It's rated to about 1,800 degrees, but it's tinted also. So again, when you're looking in at that, the glowing orange is not. It's not really. It's just bright, right? I mean, it's probably the biggest issue. So, so it helps kind of cut back some of that brightness
that
and glare, and you can see a little bit easier.
But that is important. If you're going to do something in a big kiln and you need that kind of face shield, make sure that it is designed for that temperature, right?
Yeah. We did one time, right? That was just like a welder's shield that I had bought like at one of the local places, and
It melted.
And it melted. So I was wearing it, and as I was wearing it, I could see it bending like in front of my face, and I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be wearing this one.
No.
And then we invested in one of these nicer ones. I mean, they're certainly more expensive, but wow, are they totally worth it?
Right.
This, like I told you, is just a welder's jacket, so again, really helps with the heat.
Is it leather?
Yeah, those sleeves are leather, which is kind of nice. And then, as Val mentioned out before, we have these heat reflective aprons that actually do a really nice job. So this is all the gear.
And this is, might be just a tad overkill for this size kiln.
Well,
but we felt it was important to show you.
Yeah, we wanted you guys to show
there
you.
are really times that you really have to be prepared, because this kind of heat is not the kind of heat you're used to. I mean, this is not like your kitchen oven heat. This is substantial stuff, so you don't want to be surprised. So if we keep talking, it might go another 10 degrees, right? Because it's just limping along.
Thanks for those of you that have been hanging around with us today. We appreciate that.
Well, they'll get a look, and then we'll just turn it back on.
Yeah, let's just take it. Yeah,
you got your bucket over there? Your water?
I put the bucket right there, so. Ooh, maybe.
Ooh, we might be
okay.
lucky.
Let me grab this lid lifter.
Maybe. Might be. And again, mainly the issue is these kilns aren't as quick because they're bigger, right? I mean, you got to heat all that fire brick, you got to heat the shelf, you got to heat everything up, and that just takes longer. I'm also pretty sure that this kiln's not on a dedicated circuit.
I think that's what we figured out.
But I could be wrong, but I don't think
know.
so. It is. This one is regular household current, in case you were wondering. It's not like the big ones over there that are 220.
And the hot shot is as well.
Yeah, the hot shot too. Yeah, we were going to rake in this one, but we have it on this nice stand that's a little too tall for us to rake in at the moment, and we didn't
have
want to take
time to
do
try
it,
to refigure that.
But there's a nice piece that's in there, so. I am going to put this on.
From our most recent class.
Yeah, it's from, I think if Carol's watching, that's your piece, Carol.
I saw her earlier on here.
Was she on here? Yeah. She usually watches. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust. I should probably do it without the gloves. It might be easier. This is really, it's nice. It's attractive. You probably
can't even see it.
Yeah. It's good because I'm sticking my tongue out at you. So. All right.
Okay. Reminder, really quick before we open. We started with this.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I'm not going to also, the other one we kind of threw the lid all the way open. So because the opening is bigger, I'm not going to throw this lid open all the way. I don't want to lose that much heat. So I'm going to, so you're going to have to,
don't melt
so
your
you're going to
phone.
have to come on over here, girl. Okay.
Yeah, but not too close.
Yeah, not too close. You'll melt your phone.
Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it is a little stiff.
Yeah, but that was good. I like that. I don't know. It's softer than I thought it would be.
Okay, this might be my new favorite.
Oh, it's too.
That it's gonna. See, we're losing a lot of heat with this open like this, right?
Too stiff.
But you got to see could you see the pedals, Kaylee?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Try to zoom back out. There we go.
Yeah, the first one was much easier than I thought. So, yeah, one of the points that we were trying to make, I think Val did it earlier, was just saying that since this kiln heats up slower, the temperature we see on the perometer is closer to the glass temperature, right? So it was around 1600. I would guess that was probably pretty close because it was.
And we dropped down about 100 degrees.
Yeah, you can see how fast it drops down, and we didn't turn. Did you turn it back?
No. Do you want me to?
Yeah, why don't you just turn it back on? Because let's finish raking it if you want to finish raking it later in a few minutes, and then. Or did we not shut it off?
No.
I joke around. I tell people I used to have straight hair until I started reaching into a kiln with a metal tool. And,
is that what turned it gray too?
No, that was my kids.
I was going to say, that makes more sense.
People always blame the kids, doesn't it? Well, otherwise, I think that's it. We are going to, I think, try to rake it, finish raking it later so you guys can see a finished picture. We have a couple more petals to do, but...
And then be on the lookout for Friday. We'll show the finished pieces.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple weeks.